Time's up for petitioners fighting Gainesville's transgender ordinance. Good evening, I'm David Snyder.
And I'm Paige Beck. For weeks, they've knocked on doors and held drivers, and tonight their fight to get a charter amendment proposal on the ballot is almost over. WCJB's Erica Rodriguez tells us what that charter amendment could mean if Gainesville voters approve it.
Keep men out of women's restrooms. That's the message that petitioners gave when collecting signatures for a charter amendment. But their opponents say it's a much bigger issue than that. They say the proposed amendment would really take away local officials' power to make their own anti-discrimination laws.
When something's this controversial, the people ought to decide.
Jim Gilbert says he doesn't think city officials should be able to make their own anti-discrimination laws. That's why he's helped spearhead a campaign to change the city's new transgender ordinance.
What we want to see is the Code of Ordinances conform to the state of Florida, which is where civil rights categories at a state level should be dealt with.
They needed 10% of the city's voters to sign. That's more than 5,500 signatures, and they didn't have too much trouble getting thousands on board, soliciting signatures with posters like these, which raise concerns like this.
We have enough problems with people, perverts, and doing different things. We don't need them walking in ladies' bathrooms. I mean, that's just simple understanding.
But University of Florida law professor Joe Jackson says there's a misunderstanding in what the proposed charter amendment would actually do. He says it's not as simple as keeping men out of women's restrooms. It would instead keep city commissioners from making their own decisions about anti-discrimination laws.
So it effectively amends the city charter, or it would amend the city charter and disable the city from being able to protect the people.
People that Gainesville City Commissioner Craig Lowe says deserve that kind of protection locally, whether they're in state statutes or not.
We are confident that the citizens of Gainesville will oppose efforts to repeal discrimination protections based on sexual orientation and gender identity.
Organizers of the petition say they turned in 8,681 signatures to the Supervisor of Elections office. Office staff have 45 days to sort through those signatures and make sure they're valid. People who sign the petition but live outside the city limits will have their names struck from the list. Erica Rodriguez, WCJB TV 20 News.